Hello everybody, how are you doing? So I'm doing the March 12th daily reading. So technically I'm doing today's daily reading early this morning. Um, so anyway, if you guys like my channel, feel free to like, share, subscribe. The first card that I have for you is the Six of Wands, okay? The Six of Wands, so what was going on the previous day's reading, which is yesterday, is that we had a Queen of Pentacles who was trying to stand on her own 2 feet financially. I'm not sure if I said it right, correct. A Queen of Pentacles, and she's like recovering from a defeating situation. More than likely was in a relationship. So basically, she did get it together financially, and so she's coming out with victory in regard to the financial recovery from her relationship situation that was falling apart. So the next card here is the Five of Cups. So it's kind of like she recovered financially, and then she's still kind of worrying about what was lost, like kind of looking back at the past, even though she's trying to overcome it on her own independently. So the next card is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is about her trying to move to a better place mentally. Like, why do I want to worry about that? Why don't I leave it alone? I'm overcoming it. Let me let it go. So the next card is the Seven of Swords. So Seven of Swords has to do with like if she let go of the past, there's still trouble a brewing around her in the atmosphere. So there could be people coming around bringing up the past, trying to let it get under her skin. There could be anything going on. I'm not really sure. But it's like she's trying to move to a better place emotionally. And sometimes when we're trying to do that, sometimes like it still gets brought up in our face. Those type of people who try to bring up your past as you're succeeding. Those type of people, that's adversarial energy. So if you do that type of stuff, you're acting as a enemy in somebody else's life, which is not favorable for you. So it's probably not wise to do that. So anyway, the next card is the Page of Wands reversed. And the Page of Wands reversed has to do with that's what I'm talking about. It's like somebody's trying to make mischief in her life as she's trying to succeed. Okay? So it's like somebody who's jealous, malicious. I don't really know. Maybe it's a person who enjoyed seeing her in a defeating situation, but that person or that group of people, they're still trying to cause trouble in her life. So it may be related to a King of Swords. So it may be related to an ex-partner. So I don't recall the partner or the person who caused her trouble because I didn't look that far back on the reading for the 11th of March. So basically, this king right now is upset about something. No, he's trying to figure out what's going on. So it's kind of like she broke up with the guy and she walked away from him. And so as she walked away from him, he's like, well, what are you doing? Like, I see what you're doing. He's looking back and you don't see her, but like, say for instance, this is the Queen of Pentacles here riding on her horse of victory with her victory parade, like, yay, you're winning in your career, you're succeeding. So he's looking back like, what are you doing? Because possibly it's her ex that's coming with these adversarial energies here of like stealing away with stuff that he didn't work for, or the Page of Wands just making mischief. Okay, so her ex-partner probably is not happy that she is doing well on her own, and he's probably trying to cause more drama for her. So I don't recall the situation. However, behind the King of Swords, we have work. So I'm not sure if the King of Swords is going to work. I'm not sure if the King of Swords is her manager, okay? So some way, somehow, although she is succeeding, there's trouble a brewing in her surroundings. So she goes to work, but as she goes to work, her household is not really in order because maybe she was holding the household together, and now because there's no man there to help, she has to go out to go work. So now her household is hard to balance two areas of her life, whereas the domestic and the career is like, so her house is not probably in perfect order at the moment. There may be some type of disharmony, or maybe perhaps the people who are left in the home don't know how to adjust without her presence. So here we have the Ace of Wands reversed. So it's kind of showing like a lack of intimacy for the people who are left over in the household, as if the Queen of Pentacles, the feminine from the last reading previously, was like the piece of glue, or the glue that was holding everybody together in unity and creating an atmosphere of family, a family atmosphere that's pleasant to be around. So the next card is the Two of Pentacles reversed, and this is a card about, it's kind of like now nobody has responsibility for the household because the mom is away, and so it's kind of like things might be kind of just left there waiting. And so I don't know how many people are left in the household, but it's affecting people who are in the household. So there is abundance because she's working. That's the good thing, but it's just that everything, she can't manage both worlds effectively. So some things are maybe left undone. So maybe perhaps she feels like her dream was fulfilled by, being able to move on her own, or perhaps to be able to release a burden that maybe wasn't serving her. So this relationship that she was in, maybe she felt like it was pulling her down, and now she's taken a step forward to walk on her own path, to not be codependent on her former person, and just basically to move on. And but in this state of change and transformation that's going on in this Queen of Pentacles life, she's feeling upside down as a mother, or because Empress card can be about motherhood. So she's kind of feeling upside down in regard to household, domestic, motherly duties. She may be kind of feeling imbalanced. And so the next card is the Hierophant reversed. She's imbalanced in regard to her marriage, imbalanced in regard to her household. Like I said, I don't remember the exact details. You'd have to look at the 11th reading to see what was going on. But anyway, let's see. So I don't know the details of the marriage, but it keeps saying that that's what's causing the imbalance. So the way she's feeling, like how when you have an empty void, but an empty nest syndrome because somebody left. It doesn't have to be a child that I'm talking about, but when somebody left, no matter how good or bad they were in your life, you may feel the void of their not being there, their presence not being there. So we have her looking back on the situation, still saying, maybe I regret walking away from this person or letting this person walk away from me. So I was clarifying to see what that was about specifically. And so what did I get? Hold on. I got the Four of Cups reversed. So it's like she's obsessed with this issue, like it's replaying in her mind. And so the next card is the Eight of Cups here. So it's kind of repeating the same thing, like regretting the separation. So it's like just definitely repeating, because this is still the it's kind of similar to the Hierophant card representing marriage, like releasing a contract here, releasing a marriage contract. I'm not really sure if this is about the work, because say for instance, if this King of Swords here was her manager, I don't know. I don't know if she's having issues with her manager, because this card, this is either the ex-partner or the manager. So it could be an issue with work, but it also could just be an issue with the ex-partner looking back on her and saying, I see you succeeding and I'm trying to mess you up, or just mess with your mind. One of the two. Let me see. What else is going on here? So the next thing is the recovery process. So this, she's either the Queen of Pentacles or the Empress reversed, and she is, and I'm not sure if she was the Queen of Pentacles reversed either at the previous day's reading, but basically she's in a process of recovery. So maybe perhaps she went home. Yeah, I think that's what's kind of happening. Like this releasing the burden here could be like, say for instance, you went to work, you finished working. I don't know how responsible she was on that day. Maybe perhaps she was distracted by whatever previous incidences happened with her person. And so her releasing the burden could have been her leaving from work and then getting back to the house and kind of feeling off balance, because like you get home from work and then what? You got to do more work. You have two jobs sometimes when you're a female and you have work to do. So again, she was worried about the past incident. She went home from work and rested, okay? So now maybe perhaps she has, so that was maybe a nap in the middle of the day, I'm not sure. So now as she woke up back and her focus is now fresh, she's looking around and she's saying, wait, do I have a bill to pay? Or Wait, do I have a karmic debt to deal with someone else? Okay, it's either or. So I think this could be the karmic debt because this is like the ex-partner, because I didn't know this was some temptation of some sort, but seeing as though it's preceded by this Five of Pentacles card here, it's very likely the karmic debt that she has or soul contract that she has with her person, her former person. So that's why it's very likely that this King of Swords is her former person. Like he's kind of upset by the fact that, I think he was trying to figure out what was going on, but he could be upset about what happened, or upset that she's feeling confident enough to walk away from him and start a new life. So I can't remember what happened between the two of them, but he could have been doing things to test her or to make her frustrated and angry. And so he may be upset that she's wise enough to walk away from the drama and rebuild her life again, because it's sad, but a lot of relationships are games, or what seemed to be a game being played to disempower people and to, it's almost like relationships sometimes lately have been a game where people try to make you lose your dignity or something. So it's almost like he's kind of mad that he didn't get to keep her down. And so that's really, really sad, because that's not what relationships are supposed to be about. So she is trying to recover, rest and recuperate, like find herself again. She had to come home from work, sort out her household, rest and recuperate. You woke up from your bed and you're like, okay, good, now I'm focused. But it's like every single time when she's doing well, you have this double energy coming at her, like, I don't want you to do well, I'm trying to cause you trouble, and that's not really good. So then she's feeling like Queen of Pentacles reversed, because as I stated, she was Queen of Pentacles in the previous day's reading. So it's almost like this person keeps coming in her face, and as a result, she keeps going to the store and shopping or something. I'm not really sure, but it's almost like you went to work, you worked hard, you earned some money, that's great, but then it's almost like you're doing something kind of destructive after the fact. Like, I earned the money, now I'm gonna waste the money. So that doesn't have to be what she's doing, but it's very likely. The reason why it's very likely is because we do have a Seven of Cups card here. So sometimes I see that as shopping. So I skipped two cards. So she's Queen of Pentacles reversed. So something has her upset, like her ex-person has her upset, and it's affecting her money in a negative way. So we have the Page of Swords reversed. So I don't know if it's because her ex is spying on her, or if it's because he is doing some more mischief making to cause problems. Like all of a sudden he caused a problem and now she has to go out to go buy something. I'm not sure. But so this card is following behind the Queen of Pentacles. So maybe she's doing some spying on someone else, okay? So somebody's doing spying on someone else. And so she's likely trying to manifest something into being. So I think this has to do with her money. So I don't really know what happened here. I don't know if she did when she was releasing a burden. Because, like, okay, before she released the burden, she had received abundance, right? But before that, we had, I think there is something going on at work. So before that, we had the Two of Pentacles reversed. So it's like somebody was not being responsible for something. They did get a paycheck, but maybe perhaps they walked away from the job. So let me put these back and then continue with what I'm saying. You see how we have this intimacy card in the reverse? This is likely her husband, maybe not her boss. So I don't know. I guess I'm just telling you different storylines because different things may affect you. But if that were a boss, though, it could be, okay, let me look at it from a boss's perspective. If this is the boss, this is her at work. This is not her home life. This is her work life. There's no unity in her work life, okay? And then, so there's no intimacy in her work life. So that means like she goes to work, but nobody's being friendly with her. People are like being mean and hostile, okay? Which would explain why. I think they're talking about her not being responsible for something. And so let me see what else is going on. So yeah, there may be some type of it's almost like she has a victory to start. Like a victory to start. I'm sorry, I shook the camera. She has a victory to start. Like, I'm trying to rebuild and renew my life, and she's starting off pretty well, but I don't know if it's the past person causing her problems the whole time. Like, she's trying to restart her life, but somebody's still causing problems and preventing her from succeeding. So so anyway, this Seven of Cups card, either she had to go shopping for something, or she's trying to find a new opportunity for better work where she cannot be sabotaged. However, the problem is that she is not successful in finding something that she cannot be sabotaged. Like a work situation that won't be sabotaged as easily by this ex-partner. So let's see. Okay, so I'm going to bring up something else. Why is it that people have the far-reaching arm where they can go into somebody else's life and mess them up? Because as far as I'm concerned, like, I don't understand how that works. And I may understand what's going on. Like, I see what's going on, but is that fair? That's what I'm asking. Is that fair? If somebody is trying to overcome a situation, if somebody's trying to work on themselves and build themselves up, how is it that somebody from, a jealous hater person has the right or authority to cross over into somebody else's life to mess them up? Because as far as I'm concerned, that's not biblical. Like, if God was watching over us and he wanted to mess us up, that's in between that person and God, but that's not a hater's job to come and step in somebody else's business and try to mess them up. Okay, that's my opinion on what's going on in this reading. So anyway, she's being betrayed because she has a negative ex-partner who does not mean her well. This person is a conniving, vindictive person who does not mean her well. So anyway, this is the World card here. So it's like she has many opportunities before her. Like, she's been betrayed in this situation, but that doesn't mean it's over yet, okay? Maybe perhaps she's saying it's over. This cycle is over with this old person. I don't want to deal with him anymore. I don't want him in my space. Maybe perhaps she opens her mouth and prays. And what I just said a while ago could be what she's thinking. Like, Lord, how can this person continue to cause trouble in my life? I released this person. You told me to release this person. I released this person. And yet his hands are still destroying the things that I'm working so hard to achieve, And so there's an issue here. And especially if everybody starts raising up their prayers to heaven and say to God, like, why is it that my haters have a say in my blessings or in my failure? Lord, you alone are the judge of my life and of my soul. So who is this person that they have a right to walk in your place? It's your place to judge me. It's your place to lead me. It's your place to bless me, Lord, and not this person, So maybe perhaps that is something that's going through her mind that is causing her stress because she was upset about it. And it is causing her heartbreak because she is saying, I'm following your lead, Lord. I'm doing as you told me to do. I let go of the situation that you told me wasn't right in my life. But yet this person will not stop. Lord, what are you going to do about it? Okay? So the next card is it is causing her stress. She is like having nightmares and obsessing over something, which is possibly not her fault. Why is it that people are jealous? Why is it that jealous people are empowered to destroy good people? This is a problem that we have in our society, and we need to correct this problem. So the next card here is the Four of Wands. So some way, somehow, stability is coming into her life, okay? Regardless of what the circumstances are, things are still functioning properly in this female's life. So she's taken a leap of faith, okay? She's taken a leap of faith toward a situation, which I didn't clarify that card, but it has something to do with home, marriage, family life, something like that. She's taken a leap of faith toward a more stable home and family life. But there are secrets There are hidden things that she is unaware of. Okay? And so she's trying to use her discretion to say, what should I choose? What should I do? Maybe perhaps that's why she was spying, trying to figure out, what is my next move? Shall I trust this next person? Shall I trust this next situation in my life? Is it going to be a blessing, or is it going to be another pain like the one I'm dealing with? So the last card for this reading is the King of Pentacles here. So perhaps she is considering a move to a more solid situation that will be a blessing in her life, okay? So I didn't deal any more cards out. Those are all the cards for this reading. I apologize that it was late, but I was working on your monthly love readings, okay? So feel free to browse through my playlist. There are love readings, 2020 previews, and daily tarot card readings, okay? So thank you for listening. If you do need a personal reading or would like to make a donation, look in the description box below for the links, okay? You guys be blessed, take care, and like, subscribe, or share if you like this video, okay? All right, take care. Bye-bye.